Perhaps he has continued on that knowledge, and perhaps he has hidden the scythe where I could never find it. I had come to the conclusion that the space could not be reached. I am willing to reconsider. Reaching it would be difficult, but if I know it is possible, then I shall find a way. Which, on the other hand, is very difficult without limbs. She frowns at herself. Or any sense of perception other than what I can leech off of Graham.
Just I can be your limbs and eyes in this respect. She looks to Talia and Henrikin. I believe I can convey what wouldn't be needed to convey.
Your senses are dull, but I suppose you'll have to do.
Perhaps, he looks to the Etterling, we could even find a way to impart some control of him to you.
It's too bad we let our Clatterby go. Otherwise, that would be a good option as well.
Dragon thing.
Regardless, whatever it is you decide to let me do, we will need to reach my workshop. I cannot simply improvise miracles.
And where is this workshop?
It is, as you might expect, near Arden Crest. I can lead you towards it.
It's like,
and we need Hirondor to be able to fly carry us.
Yeah, Hirondor, can you grow up a little bit?
We need like a guiding dragon to take us places.
I can't come back.
Could I? Because, it's only 3 people.
3 people, you could make the travel for them more expedient, but you couldn't get there in one tour, basically. You're not one of the Cloud Dragons. They could pull off ridiculous flight maneuvers, but you would be faster than a horse, certainly, but not instant.
Faster than a horse is at least better than...
Yeah, it is better than anything else we have access to.
Yeah.
So. We won't complain about dragon riding. Alright. And there, how long do you think it would take you, now that you know it is possible?
Well, the actual methods would have to be invented first, and I cannot be the one to do it, so I would have to teach one of you.
Mr. Henrikin, I'm sure we could figure it out.
Henrikin nods, I'm sure.
I do not know how long it would take.
Very well.
She frowns a bit.
What else might there be in this workshop we could make use of? Is it easily accessible? Does it allow expedient movement or particular resources?
She tilts her head a bit. It is my workshop. It contains many things that could be useful to you, some of which I would allow you to use. Of course, on the other hand, I cannot forbid you to use any of it, as I am unable to do so, but I could at least... She frowns a bit, rolls her eyes, basically. I could at least complain a lot if you do use the things I wouldn't want you to use.
I'd give Graham a headache.
Sure. Well, we have many options. It sounds like you wish us to go for this one. Perhaps if we knew more of what would be there to gain, we would move more expediently towards it. Perhaps if there was something that could aid us in our further goals. I believe you have been listening this entire time, so I shouldn't have to explain them.
You do not, yes. The things that are in my workshop, most of them would not prove of great benefit to you. The main thing about my workshop is the knowledge it contains and the tools. Circles, pre-made altars, and well, a proper environment. Conducive to research and perhaps other things. If you went there, I could potentially help you open a way to other places. Teleportation, as it were. It would be one way, of course, but it would be a way to get away from said tower quickly.
Do you know we're talking?
Yeah.
That's a good thing. We only have to make a one-way trip. And we can like appear somewhere else, so...
The teleportation would be dangerous and unreliable, but plausible.
There's two things I don't like so much.
What
On
we
the other
most
hand,
of all, however,
if-
seems to be knowledge.
If finding the scythe is your main want in your main reason to reach the tower, then perhaps time is not of the issue yet. I do not need most of my tools to start teaching you.
And good nods.
Alright, it seems efficient.
Can do 2 birds with 1 stone, basically.
Like, man, I can imagine we move that thing to Sterling Hold and we take our place. It's great. It's great.
Would be great. Yes. Yes.
Let's call it the God's Forge.
Yes. Godforge. Yes. Starforge. Skyforge.
Yeah, all of those things.
Of course, in order to do that, there is something that I require.
Yes.
Propose a different ritual that would not have the exact same effects, but would make communication with you far easier.
Oh.
The effect would, however, that you would pretty much what laymen would consider a cursed item.
Good nods. Yes.
What shall that be? What shall the consequences be?
It would put the two of us on more equal footing. I would be able to use much of the sword's power as I wish, but as I have no ill intent towards you, that should not be a problem.
I don't know that we're quite there yet. Stanrican.
I don't know. This is the
Did
first
kill
time.
her. Like,
Yeah, this is the first time we've talked to her. At least I have. She's being taken all of this very well. I guess being a spirit sort of
I mean,
moves
she's
your
had
priorities
she
a
sold
little.
like the first long time. She was just like, "You will never find my works of all my magic cool shit, bitches." I think she's more like recognized that didn't work.
Yeah.
Really. I was just like, whatever.
And you know, being dead and a spirit sort of rearranges your priorities a bit.
But it seems like a power grab, this bit.
Yes.
And I'm not entirely okay with like sharing my body with having sudden outbursts of bad things happen.
No. No, I agree. I don't think we're right there yet.
We can do this again to talk to her when needed. And, you know, the rest can be imparted so far.
Well, we're in a good first step here, I think.
I'm going to say, I don't think I can trust you that far just yet. And I don't think I really like the thought of it.
Understandable. We did not last properly meet under the best circumstances.
So our parting was a bit abrupt, I think.
Yes. It tore me apart inside.
So looks at him like, oh. He descends into cackling.
I am the soul forger.
Know
me.
at least that I've never been a pawn of the Wilderhead or the Doom for that matter. I've always been on my own side.
Haven't we all?
I can respect that.
I would like to think now that you would become part of our side.
Yes.
And that maybe when our side is dissolved far in the future, what would happen to you would then be a topic of discussion. And we would look back on all the good times we've had, all the aid you've given us, and we would smile and think that perhaps you had redeemed yourself.
She looks generally sort of moved by that. Her haughty expression disappearing. She turns towards Hirando. Says, I do not think we have been introduced yet, you and the other human.
He nods and says, Hirando Strongtooth.
I believe I've known your mother. I liked her.
Most people did.
Even if she was a bit naive. But I suppose that is just who you are.
Most called her great.
It is true, she was.
He nods again.
It is not entirely implausible that what happened to her was caused by this Erasmus.
Anakin shifts a little bit back and forth on his feet. Fucking Erasmus.
He has taken the implement I made for him to support Sterlinghold with food and went beyond its capabilities. It was meant to give life and, well, let's just say he gave life to things he shouldn't have.
Looks to Enric nervously.
Anakin is, whistling, looking up, like, what? No, I would never do this.
Hirando will say, in the right hands, such a thing is not the worst. But in this instance, it was.
It draws its power from the Fae, as it were. It is a plane full of life. It was easy enough to siphon. It was the first artifact I've ever made. The first thing I quite literally poured my soul into. Every of the artifacts I made contains a small piece of me. Although, just as the sword does, most are based on something else. In the sword's case, a scale of the first architect. I never did manage to make a artifact with any part of the first great silver. So it turns out your kind guarded her remains too well. She frowns a bit. The scythe contains only parts of me.
Damn, like the great silver into it's the thing.
Yeah.
That would have been something.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps it can still be done.
Make her into an
the
armor that her son can wear.
It can be done,
She can be
Hirando,
protecting you forever.
with the right magics.
That would be pretty cool. Like, just
Cubone
meta-wise,
style.
that is pretty cool. Yeah.
I am might turn my mom into an battle
I will
armor
never
that I now wear.
forget.
I can do many things, although not in my current form. I have no big hopes that my situation could ever be rectified, nor that it should. I have done things that... He stops. I have lived longer than I should have, through means that I shouldn't have used. That said, if you do require my prolonged services, I have ideas.
Excellent.
Then perhaps
Keep that.
I shall work as your apprentice in this. Looks to Anakin says I was never the most magically astute, but I can learn. And beyond that, I have worked with metals and many types of crafts before, and I assume there is some part of such in the arts you have created.
Anakin speaks up and says, even though I am not a wielder of the sword, and that makes conversations like these more rare between us, I too would be quite interested in learning.
The sword would refuse to bind with you, I believe. Not my choice. That said, as I've suggested before, if you do give me more freedom, then you could benefit greatly.
She's speaking my language, Graham.
Nah. Just let me control your right arm. Just for a little bit. Like, no, it's fine. I need that for things.
No, just come on, Graham. Don't be a pussy.
Just when you sleep, I can use your body. Like,
yes,
no. Maybe at some point we can like split her into two, and I don't know, man. But she can send pictures into my mind, and I can talk to you about them. We have many nights. We do. And she doesn't either. So, it's effective.
Constant, ongoing conversation.
Like Pictionary. We'll get real good at it real fast.
Yes. Exactly.
All right.
Well, if you do want me to teach you, then perhaps I can give you some homework. She smiles at that.
Sure.
So looks a little confused. I don't think I understand.
It's part of academy studies, Graham. You get an assignment for the next time you meet the teacher.
She shrugs. All right, sure. Whatever you say.
I need you to acquire a version, preferably one of the older ones, before the corrections have been made, which are in fact mistakes. One of the Lexica Formalia, as well as the Arcanum of Symbols. You need to know both by heart.
Was that one of the books that I can recall?
Yeah, the first one was the one that he knows.
Yes, the first one, Anrican, in fact, does know by heart.
He fist pumps. Yes! Done!
So just you can recite it for me.
I certainly could, yes.
I remember better in verse.
Yeah. Like an Icelandic poem.
Written on horsehide.
Or a rune stone, preferably. Sure. Which were the books?
It's the Lexica Formalia and the Arcanum of Symbols. If you need names, they are just kind of... She will also give Hirondo a look, sort of cocking her head, a sort of mischievous smile almost. She says, "Have you found your parents yet?"
Well, I guess she knows everything, because, Game could say, like, yeah, she knows everything. She's been in my head. She
He shakes his head.
Shame. Perhaps you might find them soon enough. I do believe that you would benefit from it.
Might, but your mom is a doom. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So who's your dad?
The architect. God. Fucking everyone now.
Yeah, what the fuck is with the architect sleeping around? Like,
Architect's a whore, man.
I thought the enemy was the one sleeping around, but I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't.
He will look to the ghostly figure and say, "Which parents do you mean? The blood, or the ones who raised me?"
Well, your mother would be slightly difficult to talk to at the very moment.
He nods.
That answers the question, doesn't it? I cannot help you with where they are. I do know that they might be in trouble, at least. Have been for quite some time. It is no surprise that you didn't find them. I think they are no longer here. They might have stumbled upon what the Wildred is doing, or perhaps have decided to investigate it themselves. Or were taken, for that matter.
He nods. Says, it seems that all roads point to the Fae then.
It has turned into somewhat of a maelstrom recently, so there's no surprise.
He smiles. A real surprise indeed. Tis a shame you cannot help.
I did not say I couldn't help, but not yet. I will need more freedom to do so, perhaps.
He
Both of them
smirks.
are looking at Graham.
Of course.
Angler fishing,
Yeah, she is.
follow the lure, just a little more. Sign the contract and it'll all be good.
I think we should sign a contract.
Contract.
Fine print, yeah, whatever.
I think we should decide where to go.
Yeah.
I think this has been a fruitful conversation.
Mhm.
I'm sure it'll
Very.
we'll do the teaching every night of those books,
So-
if nothing else.
So I think, personally, that we should go to Grand Castle and get this sorted out. We should install Ace, and then we'll say, you handle this for a while. We're going to go up to the mountains now and be gone for a little bit. And then we go and fix that. Maybe. Maybe I can get my dagger thrown out in Grand Castle. Maybe there is someone there who
Maybe
actually
you
knows
can
some
do it in
stuff.
that damn workshop, if any place.
Yeah.
Like fix it, uncurse it, or something. Like it's an artifact workshop, right?
Mhm.
I don't know how. Like, if it can't be done there, then where could it be done?
I guess that's true. She
That's
would
nice
know.
and fitting with the same place where we're gonna grab the damn scythe if we can.
Yeah, I'm a listener who would probably know how to get rid of it.
So Grand Castle, yeah.
Yeah.
Secret artifact workshop.
Yep.
And then maybe there'll be a portal to the Feywild we can hop into too.
To do some stuff.
Like
Yeah.
when our scholars will be done with their research, and maybe there'll be some information in the workshop about that too.
Or Crimson Peaks, we can finally fucking go to that place. We've been so much on the
Skirting around it.
west and northwest coast of this damn place.
I mean, yeah, I think either or would make sense depending on the situation. Like after we've been to the workshop.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Halldamir?
I'm cool with that. Sounds good.
See, now this session is to be damn. Why did you go to Grand Castle of all places?
Fucking Grand Castle.
Well,
Well,
I
we have an
mean,
official invitation.
yeah, and we're
We
going
do.
there with
Official
I mean,
business.
getting that running is gonna be good in the long run,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So
That's what we're setting
it
up.
needs
We're
to
setting
stew
up.
for a while.
We're setting up measures to stabilize things and enact change in a good way.
Help both humans and Sandnim live in a better society and such. That's not the society we were chosen; it's the one we got. So,
Hmm.
yeah, and then either, yeah, I think that works. We'll skirt around here, since we do have our friend down by the elves helping them.
Yes, that's true. We sent him there.
Alrighty, if you wish to go to Grand Castle, then I would simply like to ask you, do you want to do it this session? Because from a time perspective, it would probably bring us over midnight, but not by probably too much. On the other hand, Grand Castle is sort of Talia's place, so it's really awkward that
I think
DDS isn't here.
we should hope that DDS comes back, honestly.
I think we also should wait for DDS to come back.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened today to him, but
Stuff happens.
he's online now. It's just hasn't answered. I don't know. I don't know what's up.
No,
Yes.
either.
Anyway, I think it's as good a starting point as any. We've done stuff. Things have happened. Changes have occurred. Lots of events. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, no, that's.
I felt it's a rare change from this person is going to die so super fucking hard to, all right, yeah, no, we can use them. There's a workable thing here. That's a rare change of mind. I feel
It's always nice to recruit a former enemy to be your vassal.
vassal. Yes, a vassal king, emperor, person, architect. Let's not have her call herself emperor. That's
a bit much, perhaps. Yes.
The Reformed Imperial Republic of Grand Castle.
Oh, you're the Elf King? Well, I'm the Human Emperor.
We shall take down my
I
attendant
am.
with blood and steel.
I am the Sorcerer King, Anrican.
I mean, we would be. You
The
would find.
Lich King.
I mean, I imagine the two of us taking over Sterling Hall.
We'll
Ours
turn
to
it.
death. We're gonna bring all the restless souls there, and in some way, make it like this academy place type. I don't even know what it's gonna be,
We'll
but
call
something.
it. We'll call it the Black Tower or something. You know.
I mean, there will be the Black Tower in Sterling Hall. I think we could probably keep the name
Sterling
because
Hall.
the Sterling Compact and such.
The Necropolis.
Yeah, basically.
The Black Pyramid.
The memories of the past.
This is still so funny to me. That I like to imagine Graham and Enrican talking about these things out loud with just Hiranda sitting next to them, frowning a lot
Do it
as
at
they
night.
talk about
It's like-
dividing his ancestral home.
Not really dividing it, sharing it.
It's
like
we
it's
are.
Not like
dripping it
I
away.
don't think we really disagree on how things are going to work, right?
I mean,
Right.
I'm sure he's not too keen on his ancestral home being turned into a necropolis.
But-
you know, he'd like it to go back
It
to
already is.
what it was.
We would
I mean,
only.
that can be remedied.
We will bring it under control, but it's so much delicious necrotic energy there.
Like that stuff is
Yeah, but
never
it
gonna.
keeps
It's never
making
gonna wash out.
You get washed out,
It's never
Sterling.
gonna wash out.
And what place can we take all of our dead people to where they won't be disturbed?
Think of the possibilities. You could be like the dragon Cerberus. You'll be the guardian of the underworld in a sense.
Think of it, the silver dragons of the glittering peaks. That sounds great. It's beautiful.
Think about it as like bringing it back to its like previous glory. You know, without all of the undead everywhere.
That's so racist, Erndor.
You're racist.
Just because I'm dead, I don't have rights.
Is that what you're saying? I'm
That's
Not
sorry.
because you're dead, it's because you're human. I mean, what?
What?
Whoa. Wait, is that paint coming off? Are we just gonna do?
Yes. What is that under there? That looks a bit.
Whatever. What's the racist dragon color, Erndor?
Because you're turning it to
I
that
don't know.
color.
Whatever color you are.
Yeah, we'll talk when Hirondor is sleeping. You know,
Yeah,
his
exactly.
grand plans.
He can come with us. I mean, at some point, he's gonna embrace the ghoul form,
The black.
and he shall. She can be there with us.
You know, we'll have different quarters. You will have like the military quarter, or something. I will have like the Black Tower of the Arcane.
Gonna
We
make
need
my
to
own
call it like the
fucking-
Soul Forge.
The Soul
It's like this
Forge.
tower where there's just always these like veils and just those things where there's like blue souls just appearing at the top all the time.
Mhm.
Tourism is not going to be a very strong moneymaker. I
And
can
all,
already
all
tell.
the souls of the dead of this land, all those restless minds who still have work to do, they will come to us and we will direct them.
The Spirit Forges.
I would also like to tell you that you level up.
Yay! Level 6.
I can bite my ring again.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see, level 6.
That's pretty good for me, actually.
But,
So get damage up. Oop.
let's see here. Feet, hit points, and spells. Yeah, not much happens to me at this point because I've taken so many advances. But,
It's the beauty of it.
yeah. But all my spells are now level 5. Which is very nice.
I get level 5 spells.
Wonderful. Let's see, what is
Solo class privilege.
Yes. Let's see here.
I reckon I might actually go for like a further backgrounding thing than to reflect this teaching at some point.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that would be fitting? Like,
Oh, yeah, that seems reasonable.
I think so.
Bones beneath, circle death.
That said, with the level up, that would also offer a possibility to change around relationship dice. With your relation to Ace, it would not be entirely implausible to have a relation to the Jack. I can however tell you she's not the Jack.
I figured when we beat her that she wasn't. But her everything has screamed the Jack to me. So, let's see here. Alright, so let me tell you what my ghoul form can do for Hirandor now.
Alright.
So, you have a +4 on your melee attack bonus. And enemies engaged with you are vulnerable to your attacks. You also get a +4 to your initiative, your dexterity checks, and your disengage checks.
Liking this so far.
Initiative.
I am.
Amazing initiative.
I am indeed. So,
It's only gonna get better from here.
AC and everything goes up as well.
At level 7, enemies are vulnerable to all attacks, as long as you're in contact with them.
So not even just yours.
Nope, anyone's.
Think on it.
Power.
Could join us. From the Guardian of Souls.
Sheep, they're doing it again.
Blood holds great power. If we could
If we
fill
can
the wells of it.
Yes. The soul well.
From there shall our people gather their power. Their
Blood
strength.
well. Yeah, exactly. Fueled by the blood of the very being that created this place.
Son, but better. Bigger.
I mean, if that goes against what Hirando would, tolerate even, maybe he should say something at some point.
Yeah, it's getting there, but
He's too polite.
It's more like, I gotta see, like, gotta, like, make sure that you not mean it maliciously, otherwise, I gotta think otherwise, but,
Alright.
Some vague noises coming from Randall. My zombie form now gives you 80 temporary hit points.
That's pretty
Give
cool.
the hit points. Think of them.
In some cases, sure, but,
Yes.
but not
Go
in every
on.
I shall take Summon Wraith as my new spell.
Oh, yeah?
Not that I really use that much, but that's what I do, right? I summon
It's
and I
like,
form. That's what I do.
It's like the Ederling's mean sister.
The Wraith, it'll be just a normal Wraith to begin with, but I mean, it's an okay Wraith.
Summon Greater Wraith? Or is the... No, wait.
I mean, that's
Greater
just the
is
level 7 version of it.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, level 7 spells mean you could take them presumably after the next incremental advance.
I couldn't, but Enric could.
Yes.
Like, feign defeat. Spell you want the most, if anything. To knock yourself out.
Yeah. It's the last of the wine, and that's the one. You're like, ah! Flip over.
Alright.
Called corruption. Code of Corruption is such a nasty spell. Ghost form, really cool though.
The level 7 Rotting Curse is not bad either.
No, it is not.
Kind of sort of cruel, really.
It is so mean.
Unusual punishment.
It is so mean.
I wouldn't like having that on me.
Yeah, even Hirandor would be like, oh.
I have a turn to live.
At level 7, the Rotten Curse does 50 ongoing damage.
Wow.
And each time it hits, it increases with 25 damage.
Hard save, meaning 16 plus to succeed.
Plus saves it, otherwise it just keeps building.
So, in other words, gotta fucking kill you quick before...
Yeah, you have 2 turns to kill me.
I have like 2 turns to kill you. Shit.
Yeah.
Well, maybe 3, because my quick recoveries, so...
That's true. You can sort of power through a little bit of that.
I mean, he's probably not gonna just cast that and then sit about, though.
No. Yeah, that's the thing.
If it really goes down, you'll just keep casting stuff. But,
although, I could probably get you down in 2 turns.
I mean, my health and my defenses are puny.
Yeah, exactly.
I am definitely the weakest in the group.
But
like, if that
couldn't you
hit.
just summon like undead to tank everything?
I could. But Hero can sort of dash about and do weird things.
I can just fly above them.
Yeah, see,
Fuck
that's
you.
the thing too.
I'm out. Oh, sorry, you want to hit me? Yeah, I'm flying. Fuck you.
Oh, my defenses go up with 1, right? Yes, they do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And initiative.
Also, relationship dice, please. I don't think any... I haven't found a way to use any of them this session. But as always, the ones you rolled last time would still be relevant until the start of the next session. So for downtime activities.
Could you also update my initiative sheep? Because I can't do it
I
on my
can,
own.
yes.
Oh, could you do that for me as well?
I'll update my tokens at one point.
You
So
said
I
that
would
you
like
used
to
my
save-
6 and 5.
I have used them, but the situation simply didn't come up yet, even though I thought they would.
Sheep, would you save my token for me? Because I
I
did some
can,
changes
yes.
during the session, and I get an error whenever I try to do it myself. So
Yeah, the benefit from those two was supposed to come up in one of the locations you will most likely be going to in the future, so just consider them still relevant.
Still you? Okay, sure. I just wanted to know whether or not I was marking it off of my...
I'm
As
yeah,
used.
I'm really bad at anticipating what happens, basically, which is great, but also inconvenient at times.
I got Graham for some reason.
Oh, I sent you Graham. Sorry.
Like, oh, I got Skype
Man.
notification. Shoot. Okay. The fuck's happening here? Yeah.
I just glanced at my Skype and was like, yeah, he's in this group. He's probably Menekai, but he was not.
no.
Could I get a roll for relationship dice from Enrican as well, please?
Yes, you can. Relationship.
And do keep in mind that you could also use your boots here to get
Oh, I
more
could.
dice.
Oh. Well, let's...
You would in fact be traveling, so you could meet random people. Although I would highly encourage you to think of some outrageous random meeting on the road if you do get a hit through this.
Oh, hello! A scholar that specializes in just what I damn well need.
I am a scholar of everything. Run into Gelgalad. My training has afforded me. Sure, I'll use the boots. Why not?
So just roll again, and we'll look at the artist and the second enemy.
Okay. Oops.
Yes. Okay.
Well, all right. So
Wow.
s-
So
positive 6 with the
5,
artist,
6,
conflicted
6.
5 with the doom, two 6s with the enemy. Holy crap!
You meet
So
like
you actually
beach on the
triggered
road.
all of your dice.
All
and
of my
sixes.
die
That means
has
that
been
the next
triggered.
session is going to be very much about you and your unique thing.
I'll try.
I love it.
The
Try.
Trial of Grand Castle. The enemy and the Doom and the artist all very interested in helping American.
Mhm.
Maybe they begin to hear about this compact
This,
made
yes.
and they want in.
They need to learn what's up.
Look at that. The Doom, the enemy is like, I swear my pledge. Here, you go.
Yeah.
Take it.
Here we go. Done.
Done.
That would be
Or
great.
maybe Dragon Ghost, Millicent has knowledge of how to deal with your dagger. And then you can use one of these dice to help you with it.
That would be
to-
great.
Or at least know how to unbind it once you need to or want to.
Yeah, she herself isn't really affiliated with any of the icons anymore. Perhaps sort of negative with the Oracle, but that's a whole different story.
In the future, she'll be positive with the dread. I think. Is that a good name?
Sure, the dread.
But
could be the
perhaps
dread.
these relationship dice could like procure an item that she needs in order to do something for you.
Sure, that sounds
Like
a
a
good idea.
way for her to teach both of us without having to like puppeteer me around. That would be a nice thing too.
Maybe we can get that mechanical little dragon and bind that to the sword.
Yeah, she can like
fly around
control
with
that
it.
for a while.
Yeah, she can fly around with the dragon. We're like,
No, you must move your arms like this.
Yeah, that's incredibly cute little motions.
terribly embarrassing, really.
Oh, damn it!
Oh yeah, go up to Amaranth and be like, "Hey, your dead mother needs your mechanical dragon."
Can we
What?
borrow it? Don't ask. It's a long story.
Looks like, I'm dead. Is that a problem?
I like the idea of our icon being the dread. I think that's excellent.
What it'll be basically is like some sort of like altar-like thing, and then like there's like these shadows, two prominent shadows behind it, and then like many smaller shadows and shamblings behind us.
Yeah, they're like the forge, basically.
The only thing there's like in front is probably like a skull or something like that.
Skull
With
and
red.
skull on the forge, and then two large looming shadows, and then many small behind. That's the dread.
Someone make that.
Yes, someone make that. Looking at you, Isaac. Oh, we'll see. But I like the idea. The dread. I also have. Here we go. I have. Once we go to Grand Castle, we're gonna have some rings commissioned for the pact, and we have two beautiful designs that I have concocted. So, which one do you like the most?
It's one of the grinning skull in a circle of blood.
No. This is something everyone can enjoy.
The plague mark.
Blue rings, eh?
Silver and blue.
Blue for the blue flame.
Blue for as your flame, and spirits. Spirits are blue, and silver because Sterling Hall.
I like the first one better. It's more simple.
Yeah.
You don't like that one?
I do. I like them both. The first one was my first choice as well. And silver and blue is a great combo. Usually works.
We can do that. It's great. I like it. And it's not silver necessarily in silver. Look at Melisande. She looks silver,
Yeah.
but that's just because she's dead.
Yes.
She's simply pale.
Because the symbolism is of course that death envelops everything.
So when we speak of it, we can call it pale and blue.
The pale and blue. Maybe we can bleach Hirondor a little bit so he's a little bit more pale.
He'll get there.
No. No. That's where he draws the line. No.
Put him out in
not
the sun.
changing his
so we
fucking
can bleach
colour.
him a bit.
Powder.
Yeah, powder him up
Not
like
happening.
a 1700s noble.
He just has to fly, like, relatively quickly, and it's all gone.
I mean, if he's in the sun for a little long, he will fade, right?
That's what I mean. We bleach him in the
Sun
sun.
bleach, like bones.
Yes.
I don't think it works exactly like that.
I don't know until
Does
we
he
try.
tan then?
He tanning him. Huh?
So,
Oh,
get out. Just lonely.
There's probably a book about it in the Grand Castle we can read about. If tanning him
Don't
tan.
read that book, like Dragon Tan. Yeah, a hot
It's
dragon.
like, it's like a
outside.
centerfold. It's like, oh my. Oof. Well. Hirondor has a stash of it in his pack.
No. Inspiration.
He's so mean to Hirondor.
I know, they're just assholes.
He's a big dragon. He can take it. Like, look at him.
I like it. He's a big huggy bunch. That's what he is.
We'll give him like some food,
Yeah,
and he'll be happy.
Well, you know what they say about large term. Sticks and stones they don't care about, but words can leave metal scars. Or something.
Oh,
It seems like a don't bully book in like 10 in high school.
Yeah, yeah.
The elderling will stumble forward and like hug him. There.
Yeah, on a more serious note though, do try to make sure that your like character goals don't deviate completely. If just be on the same page essentially. If you want to murder the world, then at least make sure that everyone wants to murder the world.
We don't want to murder the world. We just want to
We've never said that.
save it.
I'm impartial to the direction as long as the direction is approximately the same for everyone.
We lay the rails and we drive on them.
Yeah.
So we can be super ominous about our icon, you know. You don't have to know what's up there. It doesn't have to be like a smiling Santa face.
But I mean, you need to do. I mean, the Sterling Hold can. It's been a mausoleum, like just an edifice to lost times and doom and gloom for so long. Yeah, we can use it for something useful. It doesn't need to be a tombstone.
Instead,
no.
we shall be guardians, and when evil threatens humanity,
The
we shall
restless-
threaten evil.
Exactly. We are the dread, not for the humans to dread, but for the evil to dread.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We are-
you just
when-
make it sound...
When things
when-
go bump in the night, we are the guys who bump back, basically.
You just made it sound like you're gonna turn the whole place into undead city, you know? Like,
I mean, yeah.
undead,
Well, yeah.
just...
They're going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Like when old people go and they go like, I have lived my life in sin and badness. They go there to die so that they can serve in undeath to protect the realms forever.
Yeah, and, you know,
that-
although the idea's cool, like, the whole undead everywhere, it just doesn't
I mean, you can
quite-
stay there too, I'm sure.
Yeah, but...
Well, considering the original origin of the Draconic Guardians of Sterlinghold, that was basically most of the Silvers who fought against the Undragon telling the now existing Doom back then, still when the Great Silver was still in control, that they basically forced the Great Silver saying, you know, make us undead, we know you can, and then we can guard forever. And so she was kind of forced by them to do it.
See?
So
Yeah,
there
it's-
is
it's
precedence.
It's not so much the undead that's the thing that niggles at him. It's more the, like, he would prefer it to go back to past glories rather than new undead metropolis?
But it will go back to its past glory. When
Yes,
when
yeah,
everyone
no, as in,
decided
like-
upon the heroic act of becoming martyrs for the safeguarding of everything.
No, he'd prefer the past glory of, people living.
but that
it-
age is
I mean,
lost.
sometimes it cannot be just to
But
his
that's how he
convenience.
wants it, all right?
I know,
all right?
I know. It's a beautiful dream. I agree. It is a beautiful dream,
You
but I
could build
don't
new
think we can ever
Stoling
do
Hold,
it.
You know,
The Glittering Peaks. Like, that's a beautiful name for a beautiful place. We would.
And
we would-
oddly enough, the glittering peaks are most beautiful at night.
yes, we would turn the place from a unorganized mess into a place with a purpose.
I mean, yeah, I'm cool with that. Just, living
We would
things should
maybe-
be comfortable living there as well.
Maybe we should. Maybe we'll have a living quarter. Maybe there'll be a living quarter.
like a visitors district.
Hmm. Maybe there'll be a garden, like the Silver Gardens or something, where we're
It's where
actually.
people come while they when they have lived their lives in horrible ways and now have decided to atone themselves by dying here.
Mhm.
They stay there
Mhm.
until it's time.
Mhm.
It's kind of beautiful.
Mhm. It's dreadful
They walk
and
and
beautiful.
think about what they did in their life and how they could have done it better, and steel themselves so that their resolve when they die is strong enough to have them endure and continue their watch.
We have the Blades in the Dark.
It's a whole different game.
Yes, the Dread Shield. And when the next time someone comes to invade, they'll have a very nasty surprise.
God, yeah.
This realm learned. We're the antibodies that this realm develops to protect itself
Exactly.
from those that would invade it.
we can even reformed undead creatures can come there and serve, like vampires and ghouls and things like that. We can all of these.
This
can be-
place you will be provided for without evil or cruelty. And if you're a necromancer, you can come here and study. But woe be to you if you break our rules.
Yes, if you use it for evil, furthering of the dark agendas of our enemies, then that'll be very bad for you. Oh yes.
The vampire commandos will come get you.
Yes. Oh yes, the Vampire Strike Force. Oh, that'd be great.
We shall toil on necromancy and make sure it only happens there.
Hmm.
All these caves and cemeteries and lairs shall be safe.
These animated undead trolls we use as shock troops.
Exactly.
They got a cave troll and it's undead.
That's a striking image.
It is. I think I would say he will try. Well, we spoke about the new power that Graham and Anrikin is gonna try to create in the old Sterling Hold, called the Dread, which is gonna be great. It's gonna be the shield in the night and the blades in the dark.
I like how you phrased it. It's the dread of things that bring dread into men.
Exactly. When things go bump in the night, we are the ones who bump back. We are that brings fear into the enemies. Oh, we're mankind, yeah. And we thought of it like an anvil with a skull on, and then like two large shadows looming behind it, and then maybe like a lot of smaller ones behind, sort of creating a cloak almost around it.
You'd have a lot of overlap with the enemy.
That's not a problem. Except we wouldn't go murder random people to make them pissed at us, so they would train.
Is that a problem,
We
enemy?
wouldn't. We would basically say it's okay for all the living people to just relax and have a good time, because the dead watch over them. We're their ancestors. We're their watchers. We're those who have already lived our time, and now we're willing to pay back. We're their fathers and mothers. watching forever from a place where we will not inconvenience any, but can still serve our purpose. I'm sure all of our travelers outside will go in like black robes with masks, and wear strong perfumes, so that none of their,
Condition.
condition shall be revealed to anyone. Not disturb anyone. Children will just be told, don't engage with those people.
Although the silver mask will be a short sign, that it is one of the guardians.
Yes, you will know, but you will not have to. It will not ruin your meal, or you will simply walk and watch and do what they're here to do, and then they will leave.
We will not be Nazguls.
No.
We will be like a friendly family spirit.
Come to
watching
the
over
inn.
you. Yeah, like a kindly...
He'll pay his coin to stay at it. He will do so, and he will leave in the morning, or the night, or whenever.
What a great idea, yes.
It's a pretty good idea.
I like this.
I reckon and Graham talking about having the adventurer talk of, so, are you ever going to settle down?
I was thinking... And then they look at each other and we need to talk to Herndor about this. We need to convince him.
He is not ready yet. He wouldn't understand.
He is young still. It's like 200 years. He will come to realization in time, yes.
Well, I'm going to shut down the server.
Alright.
Let me just save Anrican.
Yeah, save Halldamir just in case. There we go. Happy days.
6, and put them in the right folder, which should be around here somewhere. It's awful. Everything is awful.
So next time we go to Grand Castle and deal with that.
Yep.
And then the next place would be the Mountain Forge place to get magical stuff and knowledge about things, and possibilities, all those things, all those good things. And then who knows whatever we might find there? Portals to the Fae. Or we can talk to Hirandor's parents, like a way to acquire the scythe. I mean, I think that's really what we need here. Is the scythe.
Yes, definitely need a scythe.
Because there was the whole like prophecy of like the harvesting shall begin and stuff. Let's not have that happen. Let's not have. You're right. When Erasmus goes to fetch it, let's have it not be there.
Yeah, and it's like, what?
Yes, now the final component of my. Oh.
What the?
That sucks. Someone survived. Impossible. And he wields the scythe.
No living thing can pass through these wards. That's right.
I'm not alive. And you stab him in the face. And dies.
It shrivels up.
Alright. Feels like forever we did this last time. I certainly enjoyed myself.
That is very good. I hope all of you did. I certainly did.
Yeah, it was good.
Look forward to next time.
I do like being surprised at how things turn out, and that happens more often than not.
What surprised you? Pray tell.
Just things in general.
That she lived.
Perpetual stage of surprise.
That we agreed to let it go. That I don't even know. What would surprise you? I have no idea.
All
What
of
could have
those
gone
things.
differently?
I don't want to be too specific. That's the thing.
But I don't know Jonas, what do you think Sheep would have thought would have gone differently? Good meta about it. I think things went pretty logically.
Yeah, no, I think
Found
things
her,
went
kicked
pretty
her
logically.
ass,
I
talked
was
to her.
definitely, I was like, oh, it would be interesting if she could, because the main reason we attacked her was because we had no idea what she was doing and she attacked us first.
Yeah, basically.
And then when we resolved the attack and talked to her and actually got her to explain, and since I'm pretty sure she was, if not the Jack, at least heavily affiliated with what he does, I was like, yeah, all of this makes sort of sense. You're being a fucking dick about it. But, take the dick out and apologize a little bit, and then don't stick it in there anymore, and then we'll be fine, basically.
And we can be happy.
Yeah, and we
That's all
can
he
be
wanted.
happy.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a fucking
Bit of
consideration.
courtesy.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it went very logically. Yes.
I mean, the obvious thing would be if we just exploded her mind, right? Like, oh, she's dying on the ground, just eat her soul.
I mean, if she tried anything, I was gonna kill her.
Yeah, I mean,
And if she
obviously.
if she wasn't reasonable, she was not gonna walk away there alive.
No,
without
I
us
would give her like a
having-
10% chance, but
Yeah.
turns out that she said things we like to hear, and that she seemed to be sincere about them. So
Yeah.
that's the sort of thing to do. Villains that are reasonable, those we can work with. We can make things, happy little arrangements. Yeah. Then after that, we talked to the sword. I guess we could have agreed to let it. No. Seems like a can of worms. It's better. We know what we have right now. We don't know what we would get. And if I was trapped in a weapon, I would say whatever was needed to
Mm-hmm.
to gain power to get out. And we did sort of reap her soul and stuff it in a blade. So if there's a little bit of malice there, that's to be understood, I think. So, but I don't know. I imagine it more as sort of an imprint more than the actual her.
It's not her.
Well,
it's,
It
it's
identifies
in our
as her
case-
because it has the memories and such, but
Yeah, that would be accurate.
it's like a last shield sort of situation. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good comparison, though. The left skill.
Which means that that its existence was predicated on us doing that to create it. In a way, we're its parents, and we need to temper it. Think about that, Henrik. We're its parents.
It's beautiful, really.
We made something out of someone. Ah.
Well, I think that is it for tonight's session.
Yeah.
No, just
Nothing
no,
to over.
just an anvil. No hammer on Daisukawa, thank you.
I imagine it's sort of like an anvil altar sort of combination thing.
Yeah,
Because it's not
anvil
really
altars are-
religious, it's more like the kind of thing you would craft magical items
Yeah,
upon.
we forge things here. And yeah, no skull, 2 shadows, and then sort of a cloak with smaller shadows. Hashtag artist rendition.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, stream's gonna end here. I'm gonna lurk a little bit in the chat if you want to post a link or something else, Kava, or we'll see next week, I guess. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and we will see you next week. And tomorrow there's actually Dungeons and Dragons, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good heavens.
Well, we do things again.
We do things again. So
Yeah.
Thanks.
see you then. Bye.
Bye.